Alright, so welcome to the second part of today's class. Alright, in this particular class we'll still continue here, and I will be talking about text a little bit. So my attention is on text for this particular class. So first thing I will do is I will delete everything here, and then I will type Pixel Lab. Okay, so I have Pixel here. Alright. So first about text, what we need to know is there are two ways to resize text. First is by extending the edges here, and then second by going over. Make sure you are on text A, the icon here, and go to size here, and then there is sizing here. But then there is difference between the two. Now this text size is limited to what is here only, but then by edge here, even after extending the size here, I can still go further here. Okay, that is, I can go beyond 253 outside here. Alright, so then that is number one. Then secondly, what I want you guys to know is that it can also be duplicated, just like objects. So I'll tap on here and then click the duplicate. That is this particular icon, and then we have it. So let me resize this one. I'll resize this one. Okay, sorry about this. Remember your undo. Always make sure if you make a mistake, make proper use of the undo. So I will resize the text here. Then the next thing I want you to know is that text also has transparency color. So still on the text, make sure you look, you will see opacity. Just scroll, you will come across what is called opacity. When you reduce it, are you seeing it? So I can choose to leave it like a background. Now I can choose to then move it up just like a background, and then I will now make sure the layer is behind this image to make it look cooler. Okay, so that is for it. Alright, I think I moved the wrong layer. I'm mindful of the layer. Okay, so I will pick this one and drop it here. Alright, so as you can see, it's there. I'll now lock it so that it will just be like a background now. So you can use the text to manipulate stuff. Are you seeing? We have Pixel Lab there. So I'll now re-edit this text and put graphic design. Now there is something about text. Once your text length exceed the sizing that is here, the box here, it will automatically move it to the next line. So what you need to do is you need to extend it by dragging it so that you have it in the same size, in the same line. So I will now reduce it after having it on the same line. Then the next thing I want you people to know is about the font type. We've already discussed about the font. Okay, so alright, so we have our graphic design here. Okay, so I believe you are with me. So the next thing I was going to show is, there are many ways to move fonts. You can move it like this, but then the issue with this one is that when you are working with smaller text, it may not be accurate for you. As such, you can use what we call position here. Position here allows you to move object or text. If you increase the size here, is like the distance, the steps. If you reduce it, it will go slower. Okay, so it will come in handy, especially if you are trying to move something to edges. Make sure it's slower, smaller px. Okay, px. So I'll just leave it like this. Then relative position give you a major job. It just reduce the work of the movie for you. I can just choose to move it to the edge here, to the edge here, or to the center there, or to the center there, or down or up. Okay, so that's the work of this relative position. Alright, so I'll just leave it here. Okay, so I'll just leave it here. Alright, then the next thing is the padding. It's just moving around this particular rectangle, circling. I don't think you need to bother yourself more for beginners about that for now, so just ignore it. So the next thing I would like to show is the color as well. The same way you change shape and object color, you can change text color, but make sure that you are on I'm sorry about that call. Make sure that you are still on this text here. Alright, so just ignore this call. So the next thing I would like you to see is that it text. Okay, we've talked about the opacity, then the rotate. The same way you rotate object, you can do it here. You know, for object is at the edge here, that is where this dot is, but then for text it's right under it, this center. You just turn it this way and it can move to the side. So let me say if I want to leave it like this, I reduce it like this. Alright, that is one thing you can do, okay, about text. So let me just lock this my background. You see, that's why I taught you this lock. Imagine I'm walking and my hand accidentally will be dragging it off, so I'll lock it to avoid all these things. That's the purpose of the lock there. So I'll now rotate it back to center here. Alright, so the next thing I would like to show you something cool with text is how to place, how to use picture as the background of your text. Okay, what I mean is that, like now we have graphic design here, and I want, instead of the white color here, I will use another picture as the background. So what you will do is just look for texture here, tap on it, tap on this image by the right, the icon here, tap on it, it will ask you to select the file. Okay, so make sure you have the image you want to use as a background. For example, I will use this one. You can use anyone. I will use this one. It will ask me from the range. I will just do something like this. Are you seeing that this is the background of the image? This, instead of having one color of it, you can use picture to manipulate the color. So I will change it to something light because my design is white. So I will just come to download here. Just come to download. Sorry about the gen that is on the background. I believe we'll try to avoid night classes. I will make sure, forgive me for this particular class, I was on transit throughout. I was not expecting to be on transit throughout, but then the way the country is, it became unavoidable. That was why the materials and the resources are coming in late, and then I couldn't even do exactly what I wanted to do, but then we'll manage. So let me just select this one for now. Today we should be able, tomorrow we should be able to have a proper class. Alright, so you see, and this is what I'm talking about for the texture here, and then that's okay. So the next thing we'll be talking about is, okay, you're already familiar with the font and styles, is curve. You can curve a text. You can curve a text. So I can choose to leave it like this, then come to rotate here, and then rotate it like this. It's all my choice, and then I'll put it something like this. Okay, it's all your choice. It's all your choice. Alright, so that is, I think that is the summary of what we should learn. Okay, there is one more thing. Let me undo this for now. Let me undo this thing for now and make sure it's center. Alright, so the next thing I want you to learn is, in this particular, is what we call the line spacing. So if you, it's found under spacing here, you can just do like this. It increases the gap between the text. It can also be used for words. Sorry about this. It can also be used for, the spacing can either be done for letters or for word. For word meaning the distance between two words. Okay, and for letters means distance between general letters each. So I'll leave it as something like this. For example, I'll select my text and tap on the A here. Then the next thing, it also has stroke here. You can add different, the stroke means outline. Okay, so it can, once you activate it here, there are many colors you can assign and pick your choice depending on your choice. But then for this particular class I'll just off it, but it's important, then you can also add shadow. Okay, so the shadow also has color, either black, and then there's what we call radius. When you reduce it, it become more precise, and then when you activate this outer glow, it glows like outer glow shadow. You see, you can move it aside. We talk about that one a little bit, although it was on shape, but then text also have its own also. Okay, are you seeing? So I'll just leave this one for this class. Alright, then there's what we call reflection. You can add it here, is the last thing there, and that is how it works. Okay, this is summary of what you need to learn about text. In our subsequent class, we'll be dealing and editing about text a lot. That is why I feel like we should have a separate video that talks more about these two parts that we discussed. Okay, then I'll be sending 2 more videos, 1 or 2 videos. Please, when you are free, they are not officially part of today's class, but then they will help you. When you are free, just try and follow them. Thank you very much. Like I say, there is no stacks for the word today, but then please, when you are done, I would like to see this particular design. Please try and send it to the group. There won't be vote for the best here, because today is more of explanation. It's not about particular tags. Okay, but then I would like to see this your design. I would like to be able to know whether you are with me or you followed me. Okay, so please, when you are done, please export it and send it to the group. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and like the page and the video, please. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Sorry about the gen in the background, it's unavoidable. But then tomorrow we'll have a sound class. I'll make sure everything is in place. Today I wasn't able to put it in place because of the transit. Forgive me on that. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night.